It's showtime.
BSnBEER Media, in association with STWF TV, the podcasting network.
Introducing the best in the world! Yeah!
Welcome into the show, best in the world. BITW. I am your host, Dale, and with me as always, Metal Wad. What's going on with you?
Hey, nothing, man. We just running from 95 to 93, man. That's what Massachusetts saying, man. Maybe it's saying around your parts as well, north and south, man. Coming from the Parlay Perspective Show over to the Best in the World studios, man. So we back here, man.
Let's go. Let's go.
Going on, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Super Mark.
Yeah, man. You know how we do. We talking wrestling. We're coming off of a nice weekend of wrestling. Dynasty just happened, and look, it was a lot of stuff that happened this week, man, in wrestling. So you know,
absolutely, man. Stellar pay-per-view. One thing about AEW, they do get it in the pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're worried about all, but they do a statter pay-per-view. We went through predictions last week. Pretty much almost nailed just about all of them, both of us. And it was great to see. Great couple special appearances, you know. And something that we're gonna speak on tonight, man. We're gonna rewrite Black History Month tonight in a little bit, so don't mind.
Yeah, for real.
We need a little Black history in here reincarnated, but you know we're gonna give y'all what y'all need in terms of y'all wrestling needs tonight.
Yep. All right, man. Well, let's get started with the show. Let's talk some wrestling here on a Wednesday night here. So let's start off with some indie stuff, and Matt Hardy is in the news because he debuted on TNA. Now, according to the dirt sheets, it's saying he's still talking with AEW for something, despite the TNA return. I don't know how that's going to end up working out, but we'll see what happens. It looks like he's doing the broken Matt Hardy gimmick, and he bringing it to TNA. So what do you think about that?
Interesting. That just a couple of weeks ago, he was confirmed that the AEW contract was all set and settled. Then you end up at TNA last week, and you not only end up there, but you win the most prestigious title that they have on there. Mm-hmm. What the hell is going on?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do y'all still want to see Moose with the title? I don't know, but it's kind of weird, man. Matt Hardy, I feel like his best days are by him, but he's definitely still able to compete and go out there in the ring and compete, man. My question is, and I did hear that the TNA return, the appearance is actually kind of crazy. So that must have been a collective book writing thing that they love Matt. And they just wanted to put that on him, have him give his little moment. Now, this man's old. He's an old cat, OG, man. Remember him as a Mark, as Will mentioned earlier, man, on Monday Night Raw back in the early 90s, him and his brother. And for him to be at this point now, still putting on matches, man, single matches as well, like, there had to be some type of love thing there to put the championship on him. What are they going to do with him now since he is the champion? Do they think Matt Hardy's capable of creating good storylines, pitting people up, putting people on? It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that too. Just because, man, he's old, and he usually don't put it on somebody that's like on their way out the door like that. So yeah, it's kind of.
I'm just saying, it's kind of like a par in the way gift or something like that. He's going to be gone sooner than we think. His brother, on the other hand, I heard. I was watching the 83 Weeks podcast with Eric Bischoff, and he said straight up, man, he advises, and other people probably advise Jeff not to even be in the wrestling ring again. Now, Jeff's contract expires, I believe, at the end of the spring with AEW. So I feel like pretty much for him, on his sake, we talk about these brothers, we would think that we're talking about Jeff and where Matt's at right now. And
Right.
Matt, not in terms of how it happened, but Matt not to be wrestling. Because we know Jeff's story, we know Matt's story, but in all, that was still speaking on the Hardys in 2024 is beyond me. But shout out to Matt, man, for taking that title, man. I mean, delete. You know what I'm saying? When you put that form back in there as well, I guess you can roll it and heat it for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's what it is. I was kind of surprised to see Moose win the title. It was, I guess, months ago, but he was against the guy from the Motor City Machine Guns or whatever. I was just surprised to actually see him hold the title again because he had the title a long time ago.
I feel like he's had the title like during COVID. He had the title for a long time. I feel.
Yeah, like the last time it was TNA, he had the title.
Hold on, I feel like he had the title. I feel like he left the company, came back to the company. Like,
yeah,
they must like people that come back to the company.
Well, I mean, look, it's always open door there. So it's I think that's like Switzerland in the wrestling world. You know, TNA is they're friends with everybody. So
that's cool. You're friends with everybody in this world where AEW, WWE, and then you got the indie circuit. These guys stay open. Hey, y'all want to come compete? Come over here. You know, we've seen the likes of Jordan Grace. We've seen a ton of wrestlers. Man. We can be on his all night. But no, man. I mean, sometimes in wrestling, you gotta do stuff that people aren't expecting you to do.
Yep. And look, I mean, a lot of TNA wrestling in general is like unexpected stuff. They got a lot of different little matches that they do in TNA that they don't do anywhere else. So it's good. It's good for the business overall. So TNA is so.
Delete.
So let's get into AEW. Again, we had Dynasty, and after Dynasty, look, we got a bunch of new champions, bro. Let's start off. We got Swerve as a new AEW champ. We both picked that. So what you thought about the match, and what you think about Swerve being AEW champ?
Good matchup. Shout out to both individuals. Shout out to Samoa, who kind of knew that this moment was coming. You know, lost the matchup and blessedly left the stage and let Swerve have his moment.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man. Man, grinded. Also heard that they wanted him before they made him the push man for the title. They wanted him to go after the Intercontinental title, the one that Cassidy was holding. And he said, no, I'm betting on myself. I can't do this. Sorry, no disrespect to Cassidy. But yeah, sometimes you got to bet on yourself to be in this position. You know what I'm saying? To be in position that you want to be at.
Yeah.
I question this reign still. You know what they're gonna do with him. I didn't like how they booked it tonight. You know, I don't like how they book these title match eliminators with guys you're probably not gonna have win and get a title shot. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to have a squash match, it's called a squash match. But this man off a title reign, the way we would have booked it was a rematch with Samoa, or you got to fight somebody hot. Like, you know, like Hobbs had a matchup tonight, I believe. I would have had him fight somebody like that. Like, you got to have a champion off a belt coming off winning a match like that should be in a matchup that you're kind of thinking like in the mind, oh, he can lose, but you know he's not going to lose. He's going to retain the title. But him winning the belt, man, I want to really see what they do with him and how they can push him as a champ. I know a lot of people around the world, you know, celebrating him. R-Truth, you know, celebrating him. You know, it's a funny tweet. Kofi Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it's good. It's good. It's good to see. It's good to see that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
First black champion AEW, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully the reign is great.
Yeah, that's going to tell a lot. What's going to happen with him again? If he's not champ during All In versus Will Ospreay, main event, I'm gonna be upset. Like that's the way I'm taking.
Now, yeah. Now, the only way you can't be upset, I feel, is if that man with the 3 letters comes back. Now, that's the only way I'm not disappointed if it's not Ospreay. And they pushing Ospreay more than and they're going to continue to push Ospreay more than they push the champion. That's the thing, too. Push the champion like he's the champion.
Yeah.
Now, Samoa Joe can take that. You know, he don't want to be pushed like that. He's just a guy that goes in there and handles his business. Y'all put the belt on me for a reason. But y'all gotta push Swerve. Swerve does the promos is nice, you know, the entries is hot. You gotta push it. Push that man. Like he's the world champion.
Yeah. You know what? I think what will help him too is give me a little bit more from Nana. You know, the dance is good. You know, it's kind of winding down a little bit now. I need something else.
Yeah.
You know?
You need something else. You definitely need something else. And I don't even think it's him that's playing it out. It's his manager that's playing it out. Chris, nah, he's the one that was like, it's still like I kind of seen that. Like, you know, I was watching the entrance the other night when he came out. It just looked like
Black Panther.
It didn't look like a shout out to Black Panther to them showing love to it, but it didn't feel like a guy that was about to win a championship to me. It didn't feel like that. Like,
okay.
It didn't have that feel. Like, I mean, like you said, it's all like, maybe he's just dying down and all, but I don't think he can come up with anything new in it. But his wrestling is going to do this. The wrestling is going to extend this dance.
Mm-hmm.
Because now if you're just putting on whack matches now and you're coming out, now you're going to see, like you're saying, you might hear some boos.
Yeah.
People might not want to see this man come out, you know what I'm saying, to do the dance. So I agree with you.
Okay. Willow also is a new champ. Willow Nightingale won the TBS championship, and so she's slated to go against Mercedes at Double or Nothing, right? So what's your thoughts on Willow here?
Storybook ending, I should say. In the way to go into Double or Nothing, you're facing Mercedes. Julia Hart, they made it. They made it a good matchup for her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So she can stand there in the night and say, "I didn't just pass this title along to this girl."
Yeah.
Shout out to Willow on winning the championship. Her own glory, her own story. She has a great story. It's great to see her as a champ, TBS champ. Now, does this mean that the TBS title is going to be more important than the TNT title now? That title is being held by Toni Storm, who did retain her title at Dynasty, I believe.
No, Toni Storm still has the AEW Women's Championship.
Sorry, I keep calling it TNT title. I'm thinking of the TNT title. The AEW title is the TBS title going to be more
important than
more worthy than the AEW title.
Okay,
because now you got to see you got Nightingale who's going to keep getting fans, getting views, and then you got Sasha who, without even fighting, got 1 million views.
Yes.
So is this kind of where you can kind of put and take Toni Storm's title off her and put it on somebody else just to kind of reclaim it? Or you're just going to let the TBS title be the wave, man, and no one care about Toni, man. Toni's Toni, man. She can hold that title as long as she wants, but
they could really book it like the WWE does the World Women's title and the WWE Women's title, where they're equal. It's 2 spots on a card, slated for women, and that's the way I'm looking at it.
I want to see what woman they put now, since Toni Storm. Hopefully, Thunder Rosa might become storming back, but who are they going to put in front of her now?
Yeah.
Who's that new face coming into the summer? It's just about less than 2 months away. Who's going to be that prime contender over there, man?
I think you're looking at a triple threat for Double or Nothing for that title, with Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, and Deonna Purrazzo.
Absolutely. And you know what's crazy? One person, and I think that she'll probably have her name mentioned in a few months, probably the end of the summer, as I'm looking into this ladies division. We got Toni Storm and all those girls on that side is probably going to be battling out for the summer. Mercedes and Nightingale might could do that same thing. But guess who's in the fray in the middle of here? The lady that created the women's division of AEW, Britt Baker. Where is she? I think that this is going to generate some noise so that you could bring her into fold if she's not in disagreement with AEW. I heard there's a few things going on, behind the scenes. But hey, we're bringing talent in now to compete against you. There's old talent back that were good talent. We're gonna put you in a frame and having you some good matches, man, and we're not gonna forget about you.
Yeah, I forgot about Britt, and they could bring her back for sure. And that would be a real challenge.
Be phenomenal.
Yeah, I would bring her in for the TBS title. Get that going because her versus Mercedes could be pretty good. That's
the Revolution too. You can have her as the first woman to win both titles.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I like that, man. So there's a lot of possibilities. I think Dynasty kind of opened my eyes to know there's a lot more story going on in AEW that I'm giving it credit for.
No. It is. Yeah. I feel like the stories are gonna start to develop. They're gonna start to develop better and better. But you're not wrong. The pay-per-views just picture your opinion in a different light because it's such a great event, and you're sitting here worried to yourself like, do we gotta wake up for Wednesday Dynamite like this when we just got off a high off a pay-per-view, one of the best pay-per-views of the year so far, best cards. You had one of the best matches of the year so far on the card, with Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson, and then you got a guy for entertainment, Jack Perry returning, and causing STR the tag team titles to the EVPs of the business. This is stuff that you have to continue to. Like, you have to continue to joke the media and kid the media with the Jack Perry. Shout out to them with the Jack Perry.
That was great.
Because that was something that we're thinking like, damn, man, is he really just doing them like that? But it's all business right here, especially with CM Punk on. They know they want to do business with you. So it was great to see, man. A lot of the matches on the card were high in the C's to me. Might have been one or two matches that I'm like, all right, maybe you get a C minus D.
Yeah, probably the most worst thing on the card I think was the Jericho versus Hook.
I wanted to happen. He should have put Hook in the chokehold afterwards. Had Taz come out here.
Yeah.
It was bad, man. It was bad.
Yeah, but look, if that's the worst thing you got on the card, like I think it did a good job overall. Yeah. So I give AEW's their props for the Dynasty pay-per-view.
Hold my beer.
All right. So what did you think about the Ospreay versus Danielson match? Because I've been hearing a lot of people say match of the year, that kind of thing. What did you think about it?
Match of the year potentially, but it's just the both of these wrestlers, man, high octane, man.
And how about like the selling at the end by Danielson to kind of sell the whole neck head situation?
Yeah.
After the hidden blade or whatever.
It just sucks that Daniel's got to be in that position. Daniel's got to be the man to do all this, man. But this is what his career's been to, man. Putting anybody on. That's one thing about him. He's gonna do his job rather than to pit him over or somebody else over. I like to sell. I like to see what else can come out this rivalry in the AEW, and what's next for him. If this isn't a rematch or anything of that sort for Bryan Danielson, for Will Ospreay, this man's been getting pushed more than your champions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A part-timer being pushed so hard. You got to get on the grind, son. He's about to grind. But in all, he's doing his thing, man. He's must-see TV. He's must-see TV. Like, the Indies guys rave on him. The entertainers up top rave around him. Triple H wanted to sign him, and he salted. And they know, man. They missed this gym right here, and this gym right here is putting on the second-tier business. Yeah, I'll be mad too about Triple H.
Yep. Look, I thought the match itself was pretty good. I mean, I knew it was going to be a spot fest, everything like that, and I thought it was going to be the main event. It turned out it wasn't the main event. I think it was the right call by Tony Khan there to give Swerve his time at the end and stuff. So, hats off to him for that.
I'm surprised by that too.
Yep. I thought the crowd was electric pretty much the whole night too. Before this match, look, it may be one of the best matches I've ever seen in AEW. There, it is always hard to compare WWE matches to AEW matches. Like the matches, I don't think it's like apple and oranges to me because it's two different styles in my opinion from AEW to WWE. Do you think? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, they're definitely two different styles, man. Two different ways to work, two different ways they want to work. And you gotta remember too, there's a veteran here. It's still a prime rib in AEW. And hey, do what you want to do in your business, man. It's your business for a reason. But I don't think we'll ever see any similarities between the two. We're not supposed to.
Yeah.
This is why they're in the spots that they're at right now. We want to see competition. We want to see ratings switch flop every week. We want to see that. So in seeing that, you got to draw a different way. Now, if you're AEW, you don't want to go the WCW route where you're just getting salty every week after you see ratings, and then you end up pulling the stuff that Eric Bischoff and what's the other guy's name? What's the guy's name? That ran WCW too. They ran into the ground. I was just watching his podcast too the other night. Man,
I can't think of his name either now.
Snotball. We call him Snotball for the night. But yeah, you don't want to be in a situation like that. As long as you can keep your way out of that way, you should be good. You shouldn't go bankrupt in 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I want to say I saw a league kind of value chart, and they had like UFC top. WWE was like second, and I want to say maybe third or fourth was like AEW. And when you compare them to all those leagues that's been around forever, to have that kind of value, I think that's pretty good for AEW.
Oh no, it's definitely pretty good because first off, you don't have too many other combat sports that's going to be on the top of that anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you put a primetime sport. You put a sport like wrestling on like a TBS or a TNT. It definitely should show something out the gate, like in terms of this anything, more than like whatever was third, for instance. Not UFC, WWF, maybe boxing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can compete with boxing, and that's a good thing to do because you're competing with somebody in the division.
Yeah, like I want to say it was valued more than like Golden Boy promotions or something like that.
Yeah. Because Golden Boy, Dazine, all these people taking money hits. You know what I'm saying? You've seen Showtime and HBO get out of the boxing game for that reason. Prime's like, well, we'll have it. Somebody's gonna order something the next day, so it doesn't really matter if this pay-per-view's a bust. We'll take it anyway. It's interesting to see where in about 2 to 4 years where they're at as a company in terms of the ratings. Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. So back to the Dynasty card here, the 6-man tag for the Trios Championships. The Bang Bang Gang, they got all the titles now. Do you think they're going to get rid of the ROH titles and like unify them?
Yeah. I heard actually what's crazy was we talked about this last week, and I think they're gonna unite the titles. Okay. That's what I heard.
Good. Okay. I love to hear that. So
yep, they're gonna combine the titles, which they should do, man. Nobody should be holding 6 titles.
Right. It's a lot of freaking titles going around there.
A lot of heavy. I mean, but shout out to the if they do that, shout out to the team that's the champions now, because don't they get to have those?
Yeah.
Hey, I would be like, yo, if y'all not having these no more, I want them.
Well, I think they all get replica titles, just to, get your old title.
Pay in your house?
Yeah, exactly.
Except for Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was probably taking his titles and like, these are mine. Mean Gene, these are mine. What you know, Mean Gene?
Yeah. So coming out of Dynasty, what would you do with Samoa Joe?
Put him back in the commentating booth. Nah, I'm playing. It's tricky. It's tricky what you do with him. He's been your whole house champion for so long. And holding it real good since MJF left.
Like you've got to use him to bull somebody else up, right? So who else do you want to come up? At least that's the way I'm thinking.
I'm trying to think, man. Who would be ideal for Samoa Joe?
I mean, I think SCP would help them a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If Samoa Joe could put them over.
Matt, you could potentially have. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. You could potentially. You don't want Ospreay to be fighting his friends all the time.
Yeah.
You could potentially have Joe and Ospreay do something. You know, just Samoa's kind of like, man, you're the new guy here. You getting all this love.
Yeah.
And then go crazy.
What about somebody like Brody King?
Somebody like him too, Brody King, yeah. But then I'm sitting here like, yeah, you put him down, but then it's like, how much exposure is he really getting? And you want the exposure, you want more, and that's why you put Joe on the spot. But
yeah, I think Brody King has been really hot since the tournament, Continental Classic tournament or whatever. When he comes out, he gets the most reaction. Of course, he's got the barking thing that's pretty catchy, but he gets a lot of reaction coming out with House of Black, and so giving him some kind of beef, singles beef, I think will go good for them.
That'd be crazy. I want to see who they use him for, because it's crazy that we have him going from the guy that was at the booth not too long ago saying he wasn't gonna be able to fight no more to being a champion in the company, and now you're not the champion anymore, and now you have to find something for him. It should be easy though.
Yep.
Hopefully it is, man. Wish the best for him.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I feel like he definitely should get a rematch with Swerve. He's not worthy of it. I'm asking Tony right now. Tony Khan, is he worthy of it? I think he is.
I'd run it back. It'll be nice to see, and it'll help Swerve more.
Help Swerve more.
Submit him.
You continue to build this man up. You continue to say this man right here had a rivalry with one of the best wrestlers of this generation here.
Exactly.
Like, you keep building Swerve, I feel like we talk about who to build. You have to build your champion.
Yes.
Build your champion first. Once your champions build, this is why WWE's been able to do it for the last some odd years, especially the last 3 or 4 years with Roman Reigns. You build the champion, and then to the point where now the champion don't even got to fight like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, right.
They even had Swerve acting like he was Roman already, not even having no matches. And then off his first title reign, you have to fight a scrub that has not won in like 7 matches.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So real quick, you brought up MJF. The rumors that you heard, is he signed with AEW, or is he moved somewhere else?
Right now he's just enjoying his time, man. I mean, I don't know what the hell he's doing, but I did hear a few weeks ago that there may be a return for him at some point. I'm thinking that one of these pay-per-views, man, they're gonna be hitting. This is the one rumor that this weekend he's gonna be taking part in a convention in Chicago.
Okay.
But in terms of return, man, I mean, it has to be soon.
So it's unlikely he signed a WWE contract then.
No, I don't think he signed a WWE contract. I mean, right now with the landscape of WWE, why would you?
I mean,
unpredictable. But I feel like what they going right now, man, is like you can have if this is going to stall. Now, if he stalls out longer than the summer with AEW, then I think he might have signed a deal with WWE.
either way it is, you think the deal is done?
Yeah, I think the deal's done. Whoever he's with, I think it's done.
Yeah.
I think they giving him the time when the time is right for him to come back and appear.
Yeah. I'm with you there. Well, whatever he is, he's already done
This
it.
is what Kong has said about MJF a few weeks ago. He said, "Well, yes, MJF, one of the biggest stars of AEW. We haven't seen him in recent months, and I would love to get MJF back here sooner or later, or like really soon. You know, we got so many great things happening, and I think that would be really added if he's one of our great wrestlers, and we great things happening in AEW lately. You know, that makes me feel like he's here,
Right. If he's talking about him by
and
name,
he's waiting for the right moment to bring him back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. I'm interested to see what he does next. Then
I'm interested to see this whole thing. The Sauna, when he brings it back, what the champion's going to be. You
Right.
haven't go after the title, which I think you are, because pretty much he had an injury and that's why he lost it. So
I thought he lost it because his contract was up.
I think they probably that might have been a little pull two into it. I mean,
Okay.
Everything. I feel like a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the overhead discrepancy. Like this company made you more of a star, and now you want that extra cake because you know you're a hot commodity. So I can see them being at the discussion table for a minute, but I don't think he would just be like, "Yo, let me just go to WWE." I think he still feels he has some unfinished business at AEW, and he just wants to get paid the right ducats, man. Tony, pay this man.
Yeah, for sure. See, this is the advantage like NFL and the NBA has over wrestling because you have no idea about contracts.
Some wrestlers have it, and AEW is going to be ran more like the NBA and NFL. Like if you coming in, you was a big cat in the WWE or Indies or something, you gonna get paid some good money.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, let's take a pause here. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back. We're gonna talk some WWE then.
Join STWF TV for the draft, hosted by The Parlay. Enjoy the fun and join in the conversation.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
That's right. We are back. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And we'll be here for you forever. How about that?
Yes, we're here, man. We signed a forever contract today, man. You know,
that's right.
You on a Wednesday night, man. You know, which is interesting, but it feels good, man. You know, you got to watch three events, you know, before you actually watch this, which is dope.
Yeah. Look, we got some draft stuff we're gonna be doing this week, so we want to make sure we get you some wrestling. So, all right, let's get into WWE here, man. Trick Williams, new champ.
Trick. Hey, man. What's the man? Third time's the charm, huh?
Yeah. It was a good match between him and Dragunov. I did like how Dragunov sent them off.
I like that too, man.
Yeah, good stuff, man. And look, I loved all of the former NXT people showing up and doing the little videos and all that kind of stuff. It makes me feel like NXT matters to more of the WWE universe than just a few fans.
It's that bond. It's like that bond. It's like you never want to it's like going from JV to varsity. Like JV, there might be some good times. You know, people are more chill, calmer. You know, you hit varsity WWE, everything's like so stressful.
Yeah,
you're an adult now.
Yeah,
you know, so you got to deal with not being on shows. You know, being on shows. And I feel like when all these guys want to go back to NXT, they not only want to live back in the way that was, but overall, just the presence, you know, the aura of it is so dope. That's why people stay longer sometimes than when they're supposed to. We won't say that's Trick Williams, but we'll say it's Trick Williams, man. I mean, he probably should have been up in the big leagues right now. But taking all this in, You know what I'm saying? It's still running his career, man. To be an NXT champion, man, beating one of the best champions of that belt of all time, just about. And you're going over there, and everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We talked about Swerve a few minutes ago. There's people over there, you know, downgrading his championship reign the other day. I didn't see that with Trick. I didn't see that with Trick. And that's because this is what they do. This is the difference. Build.
Yep. That's it, man.
You're building your champion. You're building your challengers. You're building everybody up.
Yep.
You're building them.
Yep.
And this is what you get, man, when you continue to build somebody. You built this dude to fight Carmelo Hayes, one of the most talked about names in NXT in the last 2-3 years.
Yep.
Then after that, it's only up from there. You get the champion right away. Hold on, the champion after his defense at the last pay-per-view, you go in there with one of the guys. That's how you book matchups.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This is gonna be real nice to watch how he holds his championship. Now, kind of go back to what you were just mentioned. Did WWE wait too long, or keeping him at NXT too long? Because WWE did have some releases this past week, and just for a few names, Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Sangha, Xia Li, but the name that jumps off the list here to me is Cameron Grimes, because Cameron Grimes, he had a good run in NXT. He was hot. At one point in time. He changed his music and all that stuff. He had a nice little gimmick, and they kept him in NXT. And now he got released. So
it sucks. I'm gonna blame the organization on this.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna blame the organization on this. This is a guy that you mentioned, man, was soaring. Was soaring. And then you even had him on like a SmackDown or something. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, and this is where I blame him a little bit too. That SmackDown matchup wasn't it.
Okay.
And I feel like that's what kind of got him down back. I feel like I feel like they was pushing Carmelo, but I don't really know what they were doing with Carmelo. Maybe they just wanted to test him out, so when they did bring him. Yeah, but it didn't work. And for some reason it didn't work. You go back down to NXT, and then it seems like too many people are coming in now, so now you're just like, you don't fit in. Right. This is the other effect from going to WWE, and then them going back to NXT and bringing you back. You're like, damn, I was just playing varsity. I'm brought back down to JV, and I think that's kind of where it took Grimes' mental from a wrestling aspect and just a life aspect, I feel. But I don't blame just him. I blame the business as well, man, because the business is a dirty game, and it sucks where the business feels this is what you should be. And you as an athlete yourself, your body, you know and think where you're at. But the director is like, nah, you're not there yet. Sucks.
Yeah. I think WWE has done this before with Rusev. The Rusev Day was hot. Real hot. And he just sat on it. They didn't do anything with it.
Right.
I'm hoping this is not what's going on with Trick Williams, because, like I said, he's really hot. They get the NXT title is something for sure, but I don't know. Maybe this is the chance for him to submit that character, and he's more than just the guy that they chant for when you come to the ring.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like he's the guy more than like the chant. Like keep putting these matches on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Keep doing your thing, man, and you'll see the results. You know, he's in a situation right now, kind of what Swerve's in right now. You know what I'm saying? Just one's in JV and one's in varsity right now. So you're gonna see how they both adjust. He is gonna hold that belt well. But the thing of holding that belt is that you're still, like you said, Dale, you're still in NXT.
Yeah.
So and then that throws the doubt. Are you just an NXT head and happy with it, satisfied, or are you like, nah, I'm moving up next, man? A couple months with this belt, I might even lose to Carmelo.
Yeah.
And I'm going. I'm gone. So.
Well, Ciampa and Gargano, I thought they were going to stay in NXT forever. Like, for real, for real.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm going to say this right now. I feel like he should have stayed in NXT forever.
Uh-huh.
I don't like him.
Oh.
And Ciampa, keep it real. They got Ciampa in there in the leagues because he was scheduled to be there anyway, but then he broke his neck.
Yeah.
I feel like they're giving him a service. Oh, snap, your tag team. I feel like they're giving him the service, man. And I mean,
they both came up to the main roster and got injured.
Right.
They both did.
I just feel like they both should have stayed in NXT, man. They both have high-used characters. Right. I feel like those high-used characters are in NXT right now where you could really outshow your character. Like in WWE, you got to kind of dumb down on your character a little bit. Or they'll try to, put a yeet on you. You know what I'm saying? Like they do in Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than what they think it is. And then when they find out what it is, they don't know how to handle it. The business is going to go on regardless of what you do or not. But the way how you handle things kind of dictates your next venture for that person. Like Cameron Grimes, there's a lot of reviews about him from other wrestlers. Like basically, like you're not going to be out of a job for long, brother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People like Adam Copeland, there's a couple other wrestlers reaching out in regards to the Cameron Grimes being waived. He's gonna have a career somewhere else. He can. I'll be real with you. He can go indie circuit prime and become that rejuvenated name.
Yeah.
If I'm him, I'm not jumping into AEW. Not quick, at least. If I'm gonna jump back into wrestling, jump back into some circuits, some indie circuits, jump in. I wouldn't even be mad if you joined the TNA.
Matt Cardona, man.
Do not join AEW right now.
Matt Cardona is like the most popular indie wrestler right now. Like everybody's
whoa. Look at that.
Yeah,
listen, he is. Where his name is bigger in the indie scene than it ever was in WWE.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
Man's putting on 5-star matches, having death matches. Listen, shout out to GCW, man. Shout out to Black Label Pro. Shout out to them wrestling brands. Shout out to Mikey Blanton. That's my guy. He runs BLP. Shout out to GCW, man, the wrestling organization that I got hit to during COVID, and I'm actually messing around in the wrestling community. So we'll give a shout out to that, man. Mikey, hope you're watching this tonight, man. You know what I'm saying?
What did you think about Becky Lynch becoming the new women's world champion?
You know what? I'm like, okay, it's Becky. I can't be mad at that. As long as it was not Liv Morgan.
Like anybody to live? That's where you were.
It smelled all like Liv. Soon as Mommy got hurt, it sounded like Liv was just gonna don't put the title on her, please.
I honestly wanted
build, man. You gotta have a build.
Yeah, I honestly wanted Nia Jax too.
Nia Jax, like I feel like she's never had like the real like,
right.
And it's up for her. Liv never had the real push, but Nia would be a great champion. Like her as a champion right now for the WWE would be dope. Because though Rhea was a champion, she was kind of a heel presence. She turned to basically the fan presence, the not the heel. Her appeal took away the heel that she had. It's more like a fan favorite in a lady that has appeal in the ring. Nia Jax would have been a good one to have because you would have had everybody stomping for weeks and then Rhea come back like, stop on that. We don't know what Judgment Day is going to go in the next few months, so that would have been dope introduction for her, as this being like a single wrestler, not in the group. So I'm not saying Judgment Day is going to break up. I'm just saying it may happen someday. I don't know how much of this storyline they got together besides Damian fighting Finn.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they've gotten to that point just about almost. So who knows how long they're going to have the belt on Damian Priest. So you might as well make everything happen right now. What's going to happen?
True. What did you think about the breakup of Imperium where like Kaiser attacks Vinci after they lost their tag team match? So
Yeah. We got to see this going with the way Gunther's going right now. Gunther's about to be in a place where he don't need none of you guys. He needs to really focus on what he's gonna do next. The WWE needs to focus on what he's doing next. We just Ninja, what's the former NXT champion's name?
You're talking about the one
that just lost to Trick.
Oh, Dragunov.
Now, Dragunov, I'm hearing, is on his way to the main roster.
So you think put him with Gunther?
Have him fight him.
Okay. So
we don't know. Yeah. We don't know still what this man's gonna do. We don't know. Like right now, I'm gonna be real with you. This is what he should do. Should get drafted to the other brand. The draft is Friday, right?
Yes. Drafts are Friday. So
I feel like Gunther needs to go to the other brand, and I'm gonna be real. And I don't care if it's fast. Insert him, title picture now.
Okay.
Against Cody Rhodes.
Oh. All right.
Maybe build something up for that, but I feel like Gunther needs to change right now because who's the champion right now? But maybe you could do a little something with him and Damian, because remember before Mania, a couple weeks before, Gunther was in the ring and Judgment Day interrupted him, and him and Damian Priest had that little standoff. You know what I'm saying? Like Gunther's, he's like, you think he runs stuff, but I run stuff. You can have something on, but you got to have him in a title matchup some way somehow. And this may not have to be the last time you see him in a title match, but you got to kind of see what he can do in a matchup like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd like to see Gunther in that main event title picture. So the draft could be the way to make this all happen. So
the draft could be definitely the way. You see him and Cody, though it's a couple minutes. Not this year, but the year before, have a fantastic final two at the Rumble in which Cody won. You know, you can have that, and then you have him and Damian Priest. So you basically have this man can legit have a storyline with both champions right now based on prior experience.
Yeah. Yep. WWE, they announced that Queen and King of the Ring coming to Saudi Arabia. That'll be like the end of May?
But all the Saudi Arabians is not going to come. You just fired every Saudi Arabian on the roster. I'm just saying, is that the right move? Like, you go to Saudi Arabia, you're going to fire 2 Saudi Arabians?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a few years ago, they signed Mansoor, and then they had him. Yeah, they had him in Saudi Arabia. He looked pretty good. Yeah, they released him. So
he's not in the contract no more.
Oh, he got released.
I bet you he'd be in the matchup at the King and Queen of the Ring. I bet you they have him in the bracket. They gotta have some type of Saudi Arabia in the bracket. You gonna have it in Saudi Arabia? You don't got no Saudi Arabians no more.
We'll see.
Omar's can't hold for. Matter of fact, Omar's was fighting in some independent circuits. I feel.
Oh, really?
He was at an event. I don't think he was fighting, but I think he was at an event.
Okay.
He came out as a cameo or something.
Okay.
I want to see where the hell's he at?
Hmm.
I wonder who's gonna fight in this King in the Ring too.
Yeah, so you heard some people declare it himself for the King of the Ring. It's going to happen.
I think Gunther declared himself too.
Right. Yeah. So you're going to get some people declaring. Xavier Woods came out there talking about it, so I'm guessing he's going to be in it since he won it last time.
Okay, this makes sense now. It's going to start making sense in a second. Gunther puts himself in the ring, King of the Ring. Usually, the King of the Ring gets a title shot. I'm thinking this is the way they're going to go with this, and then that's how Gunther gets his matchup. But who's going to be fighting? Does he get a choice? Matter of fact, that'll be dope. Give the winner of the King of the Ring a choice of a title they want to fight for.
Yeah. Yeah.
It don't have to be like, oh, this person won, he's on Raw, he gets a world title shot. Nah.
Right.
He gets to choose.
Yep.
I feel like the Royal Rumble is like King of the Ring in the aspect, you know, bring the old feeling back, you know, to when Brett won the Royal Rumble. Brett actually won the first King of the Ring, sorry. Brett actually won the first King of the Ring. The real first official one, and I think Macho Man won, but it still wasn't King of the Ring yet. Then they went to that style, that format, you know. And everybody had a title shot, you know, that won it for the most part. Up until like 90, up until probably like Triple H won it.
Yeah.
And they start trading around and all that stuff. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. But if Gunther's entering this tournament, there's no way you don't have him win.
Right.
You can't down his character no more than you did at WrestleMania.
Yep. So that's like the end of May. But also at the end of May, NXT Battleground is going to be going to Las Vegas at the UFC Apex Center. So that'll be like the next day after King and Queen of the Ring.
Okay. That's fire, man. Because they have a pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view, I think the month after that in Vegas as well. The Apex UFC. I asked this question to you earlier. We're going to ask the group in here. Are they going to use the cage? I think they should have Dan Severn, what matter of fact, Ken Shamrock, Owen Hart type like matchup. And what was that matchup called when they fought in the cage?
You're talking about
SummerSlam 99, I believe. No, SummerSlam. Was it SummerSlam 99? When they fought in the not in the dungeon. They fought in the dungeon the month before, and Owen Hart hit Ken Shamrock with the dumbbell or some shit.
Oh wow! No, I don't remember that. I thought you were talking about the fight pit like they've been doing in NXT like the past few years.
No, not that. That's dope. But they had where they had the actual because Ken Shamrock came out to UFC, so they had a match.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I do remember
UFC.
that.
They had the UFC Apex ring. Right?
Yes, I do remember that.
Was it what the type of match was it? It was called something. But listen here, they cannot have a matchup at the UFC Apex without having one of those matches inside of there. Somebody got to fight. Even if it's in 3 years from now when they come back to Vegas.
I want to say they call it a den match.
The Lions. Is it the Lions Den? Yeah, the Lions Den match. That's what it's called. You rung my bell. The Lions Den.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like in all, one of these pay-per-views that you have in Vegas in the next few years to come, or event, it can even be a Raw event. You gotta have the Lions Den match. I'm throwing it out here. Dana White, Triple H, whoever runs the company, The Rock, TKO, WWE, make the Lions Den match great again.
Man, but they got a hell of a calendar coming up, bro. Like, so after May, with those two PLEs, we got Clash at the Castle in June, and then July. That's when you got Money in the Bank. And of course, that's leading to SummerSlam. So
it's gonna be interesting to see who they have the Money in the Bank tour this year.
Yeah, man.
Definitely gonna be interesting to see who they got.
Yep. Now, do you think it's gonna be a quick, I guess, cashing in of the Money in the Bank this time around?
I think for one of these divisions, women's or men, it's gonna be a sour one, meaning that you're gonna try to cash in and then you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on all truth. Put it on all truth. They do the job for you.
Our truth's so over, dude. Like
our truth's over as hell.
Just listen to the crowd. I'm so glad he getting his flowers, though, for real.
Right. We see all these wrestlers, like we see Billy Gunn at 60 wrestling. We just recently seen The Rock at a pay-per-view over 50.
Yeah.
Jericho's still wrestling. He's in his mid-50s.
Yep.
And then you have All Truth, who's still doing it in his early 50s. So it's shout out to them guys, man. Still out there doing it, especially Billy Gunn. I didn't know until a few years ago he was older than Undertaker. What? I would have bet my paycheck that Undertaker was older than Billy Gunn.
Yes, exactly.
He's still keeping himself in shape. I would have thought Undertaker was 10 years older than him.
Yeah, man. My goodness.
I think Billy Gunn for about a few years.
Yes, indeed, man. I would have definitely lost that bet.
I would have definitely lost that. I said, hold on, what? How old is Billy Gunn? Somebody told me he's almost 60. I said, what?
Yeah, man.
Man, that was a few years ago. I'm like, he's 60 now.
Yeah, man, for real.
Let's see here. people like this is why some people want to live wrestling all their life. This is why Jeff Hardy thinks he can still wrestle. Like Billy Gunn is in shape and he wrestles a little bit. Like he's not in full time. Like they put him in certain clips and certain things because he knows what he can do and not do. But shout out to the AEW for giving him the service to do that.
Yep.
And to give him a service to develop wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, and get familiar with these young wrestlers in the locker room, man. He's still there, so that means he's doing his job.
Now, speaking of shape, what'd you think about this whole thing with Sheamus coming back and now they're making mention of his body shape and all this kind of stuff?
Well, I'm gonna give Sheamus a little bit of condolences for a second. His dog passed away.
Oh,
I believe today or yesterday. His dog, his life. But to the burger belly, this might be the why is there a reason why you came back heavy like that? Because usually when wrestlers come back from a long hiatus,
is jacked.
It's jacked, physique, something's different. You might lose weight.
Yeah.
Hold on. You didn't lose weight. It looked like you gained weight. And I'm like saying, hey, weight gain, weight loss. Hey, if you want to gain weight, gain weight. If you want to lose weight, lose weight. Just lose them in the right ways. Just gain them in the right ways. Is there any right way to gain weight? Is there any right way to lose weight? I don't know. But it's crazy, man. And he's loving it. He's loving the body. He's loving the body. He's not complaining about it, man. I mean, but what can he really do, though? That's your body.
Look, man, that dude's got that workout Celtic workout warrior thing on YouTube. Look, I know I'm not in shape at all, but I tried to do one of them. All right, yeah, that crap hard.
Man, like I said, doing hard, man. Maybe this hey, maybe the metabolism, you know what I'm saying, is at a different rate right now in life where everything just goes there.
Yeah, look, I'm a firm believer, man. Like athletes. They can transform their body in the span of like a month if they really want to. So maybe this part is gimmick.
That too. Could be part of the gimmick. Could be part of the gimmick for real.
Yeah, he's gonna work his way into shape and all this stuff, you know.
All right. Well, maybe we'll see him in a month.
Yeah.
It's like he got that get out of jail. You got that get out of jail weight. That's going to be gone in like 30 days once you don't work out or nothing.
Look, man, I would change bodies with him right now.
Give it to me, Sheamus.
I'd take his fat problems over mine right now. So, so yeah, man. All right. Well, that's about all I got, man. You got anything else for WWE?
Yeah, I got this one quick news. Vince is trying to do some countersuing in regards to the situation, saying that the lady filed it. She signed a full blown NDA. Yeah. And you're gonna see what he can do about that. Him and his attorneys in Connecticut have written something up to judges in the district, and that is gonna keep going on forever for the rest of Vince's life. But that's just some news on him. Some other news that I want to speak of. I have any
well, if she signed the NDA, like he should be able to go after her for damages. She signed the NDA.
No, that's what he's going at. He's going after her for damages, basically. So it's wild. It's wild and crazy, man. NDAs are not admissible anymore. That's the thing too. I heard like after a certain point they're breakable.
What? What's the point of signing it? And giving somebody some money?
There's a thing in this world, and I'm gonna say this, and this is non-wrestling, but this confers to men and women, especially in like celebrity men and girls that may not be celebrities. These guys or females, we can reverse it. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they got control anyway because of their branding, what they are. So people know in this world, man, you just can't just go off the rip like accuse a star of doing something. You can't. Because more than likely he's going to get shot down the first time. But in this lady's case, she was kind of in the clear because people have heard this type of thing about Vince before. Mm-hmm. There was kind of rumblings going on before that big one about Vince McMahon. So, and then now there's people coming out now. Now you get the R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, where you got girls from 1972 coming out like,
Right.
yeah, he did this to me. I didn't like that. I didn't like the bra and panties matches, but I did them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Vince is over here signing NDAs before NDAs came out. And now they're admissible. He's about to get fried. But this is what happens when they try to control you until there's a crack in the cement, and then you can kind of eagle your way in once you get smart. You know what I'm saying? You're dumb until you become smart. But then you question yourself, why was I this dumb for that long? Because of his aura, because of his status? Was it really worth it? I don't think so, because you basically have a man.
I can understand being in a situation and not wanting to really, really rock the boat, but not wanting to be in a uncomfortable situation too. So I can understand that, but to me, man, it's always like, if you sign some paper and stuff like that, like, you should stick with the deal. And that's why I never understood how people come back and start, talking about it or writing a book about something after you signed a deal.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of all the lawsuits to get this stuff right as far as sexual assault and all that stuff.
Yeah, sexual assault. Like, I'm not a pro or I'm not a non-pro in that. You know what I'm saying? I just gave my statement on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I offend anybody, I'm sorry, but I just feel like, it's got to stop at a point, man. LeBron's on the cartoon. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. But it's like I want it to be, if somebody is really acting up like that, they need to pay the penalty for real and not just financially. Like, you need to go sit in the prison cell.
Right, exactly. You need to go sit. Right, that's the thing too. You need to sit in the prison. Like, man, I didn't know money. I guess it is, but this is our jail is jail. If you did something that you ain't supposed to do, you gonna get locked up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's why I don't like all the millions of lawsuits or whatever after the fact. I just, if you did something wrong, go to jail. Like, that's
Go to jail. Like, you over here having this man living sunny days.
Yeah.
Out still on his boat, all that stuff, man. It's crazy.
Yep. And tell me about this this promotion that Vince was looking to do.
So I think it was last week flooding around that Vince was just talking. Rumors has it that he may want to start his own promotion, this and that. But I just think, I honestly think from it, man, this is chatter. So we're gonna see. We're actually gonna see what happens, man. Right now, he's just trying to get his he's just trying to recoup what little he got left from his stocks.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if he did that. And the question is, who would follow him if he did?
I mean, look, if you're a young wrestler, I mean, you're gonna sign the deal and get on, especially if we got a TV deal.
Bruce Pritchard said, Triple H, here you go. I'm out with the Grim Reaper. Brock Lesnar, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And like, you're gonna have, listen here. I mean, that would be bad for AEW and WWE if he did that.
Yeah, it'll be a real blow for sure. But I'll take it back. I don't think it'll be a blow to WWE. WWE is just a machine, right?
No. The beef would be between Vince and the WWE, which would kind of, I think that AEW does not want Vince to make a wrestling company at all, even if it's third on the list after AEW and WWE. They don't want Vince with a company.
Yeah,
it's basically bought WCW. Basically, he made WWE, and with just the mental and the weight, he can break both of these companies if he wanted to. But like I said, Vince is getting old anyway. I don't think he'd go into that type of thing. I just think his life's going to live on. However, it has to go on. But when you do something for so long and it's your thing, it sucks when it's not no more, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's always, you always see like old people when they retire, like they just die like next week, something like that. It's like they don't have the thing to wake up in the morning for. And I was afraid something like that would happen to Vince, because that's literally all he did. So, but yeah, so start a new company, that may be the thing to do for him. So,
Girls in the mud.
That's right.
You better
Brian
stop.
Petty matches, baby. Bring them back.
Got in the first place, man.
Bring them back, baby. All right. Well, let's go wrap up the show this week. Be sure you check us out this week for the NFL draft. We're going to be talking a bunch of football, and we want y'all to get involved, man. So come holler at us, man.
Yeah, we're going to draft some beers and some drinks and some Seawazers, and we're going to have the draft tomorrow night, 8 p.m., first at a 2-day special. And tune in, fellas, man. But shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight, man, for the Best in the World podcast. Appreciate Rocket Muck 1998, man. Definitely appreciate you saying that you love the work we do. We all know who you are. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Will as well, man, for tuning in. Hey, fellas, told y'all, weekly. We just had to really get the pieces down to do the show, man. There was some backlash for a while. I think it was tied like a jump rope before you jump in.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it at the right time. I feel like we have. And shout out to Dale for being the best in the world. I'm just in the world. I think I'm the best. So we just put it together, and we both rock it out, man. So always shout out to you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a good show. Been good, man. So we will see y'all next week when we're talking more wrestling, of course. So, Kenny, take it away, baby.
Must bid you two a goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Bang! Yes!
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.